those that'll be joining me and Ashy Knuckles here live. What's going on, Ashy?
What's going on, man? I'm doing good, man. It's not bad for a Tuesday, right?
Most definitely, not bad at all. And for those listening on archive, make sure you throw a jab at that like button. All right, this is DStyleBoxing Live, bringing you a puncher's chance with Ashy Knuckles. Okay, make sure you follow me on Twitter at DStyleBoxing, and you can follow Ashy Knuckles at a puncher's chance on Twitter. All right, make sure you go to www.mandatorydefense.com. The link is right there in the bottom. All right, okay, check out the website. A lot of great boxing content put forth by Ashy himself. I do want to give an announcement really quick. Bernard Hopkins week is still going to happen. It's going to happen next week. All right. I took a week off. I slacked it for a while. It is what it is. But boxing slacked too. Like boxing wasn't giving us a lot of great fights for a weekend or two. So I went ahead and I took a week off and stuff. Now I'm back, and we'll get B-Hop week up and running. All right. We'll get some polls up. We're going to get rolling again. But we're back, man. So Appreciation Week will return soon. I don't know if the content's going to be the same exactly. It probably will. But I just want to go ahead and let all you guys know that. What's going on to Saint Nimbus and G Funky 84 saying what's good to D-Style and Ashy.
What's going on?
Absolutely.
What's happening, man?
The drama of the day. Okay, it actually happened last night, Ash. Right? Ryan Garcia took to Twitter, right? Like, I don't know how this shit got so escalated like it did, okay? But Ryan Garcia went to Twitter and tweeted this shit. Oscar, if you don't believe in my talents and you can release me elsewhere, point blank, period. If you do, then come talk to me. Please, no more press and public bashing, right? And then there was the LA Times Sports column saying Oscar De La Hoya strikes back at the perception that his fighters are sparring with him. Right? Okay. And then there was the LA Times Sports column saying Oscar De La Hoya strikes. Crazy stuff. I'm had to turn myself off. I had a double. I was playing a video on the back. I apologize. I don't even want to speak about this stuff anymore, Oscar, but call me for real and stop going to the press. We haven't even talked at all. I want the best fights. I'm 21. I have the drive to be even better, and I will continue to get better and fight the best fighters. Ashley, what are your thoughts on, first of all, what happened when, it was a supposed Golden Boy apparently told the Zone that he turned down a fight because it was too tough, right? The replacement opponent. And now this. I mean, look at this.
Well, I got several thoughts on that. First, I don't know who to believe in terms of, who turned the fight down, if he was actually told about the fight. And if he was actually told about the fight, did he actually turn it down? Or if Golden Boy, told his team and his team didn't reveal the information to the actual fighter. So it's a whole lot of bull going on between the teams, Team Golden Boy and Team Garcia. But it seems that Ryan is lashing out, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's the talent that's signed, and he's a fighter, and fighters will fight, you know what I'm saying? And, he's saying with everything in him that he wasn't told about a fight and that he's ready to fight basically anybody that's out there. I don't know if that's just cap. I don't know if he's just, issuing wolf tickets, you know what I'm saying, or if he means it. But the bottom line is, he's making it known, and he's making it known to the people that matter, and that's the public, whether it's the buying public or just people pulling pipe or just Twitter followers or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He's lashing out and he's making it known. But on the flip side, man, a lot is being said about, to Oscar, if you don't believe in me, let me go, this, that, and the third. I got to give Oscar credit, man, and I probably should have gave him credit a little while ago about this, you know what I'm saying? Because we seldomly give him credit, the hardcore boxing fans. We're always talking about the things that has been in the news that are negative about Oscar. Because, I don't know if it's just to throw a dig at him or just to talk, just to make it make it a funny situation. But out of all the bull that happens with Oscar, the dude has a very good ability to keep his cool when the camera's on, man. You don't never see him just losing it. He don't lash out too much. He always trying to bring the broom out and sweep whatever under the rug, trying to dead a situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he don't like the attention or he has a hard time expressing himself verbally. But I do give him credit for that, man, because this situation could have been way worse. Could you imagine if it was Lou DiBella promoting him, and those two guys just barking at each other, Ryan barking at him and DiBella barking back? You know how them New Yorkers are. That you gonna know how they feel at all times. So yeah, I just think it's a crazy situation, man. The guy Avery Sparrow apparently got arrested, and
I, th- I think Bob Aaron put the tip to the U.S. Marshals, bro, or Eddie
I
Hearn.
wouldn't doubt it, man. That old dude, man. He's something else. It could have been Eddie Hearn. Like, man, see, Ryan, I told you, you need to come to Matchroom, bro. You need, I'm gonna take care of you. You never know, man, with these slick talking jokers, man. But it's a bad look for Golden Boy. And I read today that I don't know if you got this, on your list, but I know I read that Canelo was, we all know Canelo had a little riff with Golden Boy too. Apparently, about a certain amount of money that the Zone was paying Golden Boy for 10 non-Canelo Alvarez fights for the next 5 years, of X amount of dollars, millions of dollars. And I guess people are saying, Ryan Garcia is making like 30 or 40 or $25,000 a fight. How does that make him feel if he knows that Golden Boy is getting upwards over 50, 70, 80 million over the course of 5 years for 10 non-Canelo Alvarez fights, which Ryan Garcia is going to be a big part of that, being of the fact that they're building him, Virgil Ortiz, and Jaime Mungia. So I guess there's points to be made on both sides, man. What do you think about it?
Look, to me, I think both sides are being a little childish, in my opinion. I just want to share this a little bit right now. This dude's retweeting tweets about how easy Duno would have been. That Duno would have been easy work. And look at this. You turned down the Duno fight, bro. Like, the fight was presented to you, right? If you wanted to prove that it's not true, okay, this is why I call him Lying Ryan, okay? Let me tell you something. And by the way, shout out to Best Fight the Best Boxing.
Best Fight the Best. What's going on, man?
Just Ashy, what's popping, he says. Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. What is Ryan's main problem? We're going to go over that a little bit. Ryan is getting treated like a scrub by the company. And I get that. But one thing is, though, like, I have problems with two things. I have problems with Ryan lying, okay? Lion Ryan, okay, turned down the Duno fight. And I do believe that maybe he didn't say, oh, he's too tough, I don't want to fight him, right? But his team turned down the fight. Like, they had that as a replacement fight for him, right? And he said, nah, I want more money. But then he's retweeting all this, that it would have been easy. And, oh, he would have gotten rid of Duno in two rounds. And while all that's true, okay, if Lion Ryan would have done that, then he should have fought him, okay? Right, but now on the flip side, Golden Boy, okay, should not, dude. You don't go out and tell the press that your fighter turned down a fight because they said the fight was too tough.
Right.
Okay. All you do is say, we don't have a replacement opponent. Okay. We're sorry. You know what I mean? And give Ryan his money anyway. You give him his 25,000 anyway. Just say, like, here, Ryan, it's not your fault the fight was canceled.
Right, you did your part. That's right.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Just give him this, make that gesture. Like, we're gonna give Ryan his money anyway, okay? And that's that. That's all you have to do, and that's what Ryan got mad about. But Ryan didn't get mad because they were lying on Ryan. He got mad because they were telling the truth, right? And I get that completely. Golden Boy shouldn't have done that, but stop lying. Okay, why always lying, Ryan? Right, but you know that song, "Why You Always Lying"?
It made memes about it. It's all over Twitter.
Yeah, that dude's yeah. But that's what I'll say about that. I do agree with Ryan, though, that why is this, like, how is the press, how is the Los Angeles Times getting quotes from Oscar De La Hoya before your own fighter gets a quote from you? How's that happening? Like, come on, Oscar, right?
That is your fighter. That's right.
That's your fighter. You've already lost a lot of fighters to Al Heyman, bro.
All of them, damn near.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You have other promoters that want your fighters, like Eddie Hearn, Bob
still.
Arum. Bob Arum's
Yeah.
probably the one that called the marshals. Okay,
I
right.
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I got a tip for you. We got an illegal fight
Yeah,
on that card.
fugitive.
Okay, but come on, man. The whole thing's loony. The whole thing's a mess, and it tells you whenever something's a mess, you got to point at the leadership. Okay, and
Right.
who's the one running the ship supposedly? Oscar.
Oh,
4 years, Golden Boy, bro, ran smoothly because they were working with Al Heyman and they were working with Schaefer.
exactly.
They ran the ship. Oscar didn't do. They just used his name,
Right.
right? Oscar, he was just like the dude that pretended like he ran shit, right? He was
The
the face
face.
of the company,
That's right.
right? And now you can tell, man, like these dudes, like Gomez, and they don't know what they're doing. They're being reckless, they're saying things they shouldn't say, and if your fighter says something suspect, like I don't want to take that fight, it's too tough. You don't to say that. Like you don't say that to the press, bro. You're
Right.
the promoter, right? It'd be one thing if the other camp came out and said, "Hey, they turned out a fight because it was too tough." Because Ryan could just say, "Ah, that's not true. I didn't say that." But when your promoter says that, it's hard to deny it, right?
Yeah. And this is a direct quote, so I mean, it's not like Oscar can come back out of nowhere and be like, "Oh," be like, you know what? I didn't say that. That's fake news. But
Yeah, that's how you got to say
it's
that.
a bad look though, man. Because I mean, obviously Ryan Garcia is being billed as possibly he could be like the next golden boy. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the Olympics, decorated amateur, fast hands. Girls like him. He's a pretty boy, big left hook. You know what I'm saying? California native. So many similarities. So I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't see it coming. But all I know is you're right. As a promoter, this guy signed under your promotional banner. You're building him. If you're gonna do damage control, you need to leave his name out of it if it's gonna paint him in a bad light, especially if you don't want him painting you in a bad light. So the combination of it looked like one big clusterfuck that needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Before Eddie Hearn come through the back door or Bob Arum, like you said.
Yeah, like AJ10, Oscar was the face of the company. Shout out to AJ10, the residential fact checker of DStyleBoxing Live. What's going on? Bob Arum will never throw his finger on a fighter under the bus.
Except Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Dude, that dude shoved Rigondeaux towards the bus.
Yeah.
All right, like, hey, what's that? Because he was so bitter that he beat up Donaire.
Yeah.
Right? Bob was so mad. Okay, he was bragging in the press about not even I could promote this guy. I don't know what to do. Like it's
Right.
the craziest thing in the world, bro. All right?
Never seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah, never seen that before. Bob Arum would never throw. Yeah, it would. Okay. There's always an asterisk. That's not so much of a fact. Sorry, AJ. All right. Man, I don't know. What do you think's gonna happen, Ashley? You think Ryan's gonna stick around? Or you think he's gonna leave? And if he does, where do you think he should go?
You know what? I'm guilty. I tweeted that he should just trust the process because to me I really don't give a damn who he fights for as long as he fights. But I do know him being a Hispanic descent. You know what I'm saying? That company Golden Boy they have a very good model. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, look. If you want them to market them to your first fan base, which is your people, that's the company to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get them first, and then you can cross over and eventually be this big star that you want to be. So I mean, you got problems going on with them, fine. If you want to sort it out, fine. If you don't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that company, a lot of fighters would kill to be in a position that Ryan Garcia is in. You know what I'm saying? So if it is something that can be fixed, I would recommend him. Me personally, I would recommend him to fix it. But if he doesn't, if I was Ryan, I would either sign with the PBC or with Bob Arum, who also caters to the Hispanic/Latino market and do an exceptionally well job of doing it. I mean, so much that he's trying to sell. He tried to sell Tyson goddamn Fury to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, either one of those guys, man. I mean, he got options. You know, it's not like he's a bum. The dude actually does have talent. You know, so
Ryan has a future, man. I don't know if he's ever going to be as good as a De La Hoya, if I'm honest. That
right,
De La Hoya was really, people forget how good De La Hoya was.
good.
But Ryan he can be a world champion, like a title holder or something, you know.
Yeah,
But we will see. I mean, we will see where Ryan goes from here. He just needs to be careful because they might give him the money he wants, but at the same time throw him to the wolves. You know what I mean? So he's got to be really careful. Like they might be like, this guy's probably going to be gone. Let's throw him to the wolves, you know, right now and then
yeah.
later.
Give him Devin.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of that card, Ashy, Jaime Mungia, you know, won by fourth round stoppage. What do you think about his performance, and what do you think of the way Golden Boy is promoting him right now?
Um, the way that they're promoting him, I'm not sure um if I am in if I'm a critic, if I'm critical of how they're promoting him. I think the biggest problem is the matchmaking.
Gotcha.
You know, they're promoting them, you know, fairly well. I mean, that crowd that showed up at that venue was pretty nice, and then you know they were pro Mungia, so they're doing a good job on that front. But they're babying them. You know what I'm saying?
If you ask Lion Ryan, he brought everybody out. Like, he was the one that sold everything out, according to him.
Well, it's not like we can put up a D style poll in that venue and let them vote on it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And Ryan, you know, it's easy to say that when you know when you're a fighter and you know you got people cheering for you and stuff like that, but you never really know unless you are headlining the card and you know specifically that they're showing up for you. You know what I'm saying? Um, anyway, man, I think they're babying Jaime Munguia, man. I think he's at a place in his career where he needs to fight some live dudes, man. And this guy, Elodie, I mean, the guy had no problem hitting Munguia, number one. Um, but when he threw that Sunday punch and Munguia just looked at his crazy ass, he was looking for the first thing smoking out of that place because Munguia, you know, once he gets going and starts coming forward, letting those hands go, if you get caught at the end of it, it could be good night Irene because he's pretty heavy handed, you know, similar to like an Angulo or a Margarito. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Now, I like the fact that they got Eric Morales to join his team. Um, of course, he's gonna be there to offer technical advice and to try to teach him from that style. You're not going to teach Jaime Munguia to show heart. You know what I'm saying? That's the other thing Eric Morales was good for, obviously. But I don't see him being able to correct him, man. I think he is what he is, you know? And I think instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, they'll, you know, serve themselves better by just trying to tweak what they already have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you're not going to really know how much is actually setting in terms of his repertoire, his game, until you put him in there with somebody who's going to actually give him a test. Because so far at 154 pounds, me personally, I'm not really impressed. I mean, even to get the world title, he fought Saddam Ali, which to me, Saddam Ali beat a shell of the Cotto that we've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know, to me, he wasn't a big 54 pounder to begin with. Saddam Ali, and then he gets in there with this giant, and you know he blows him out. Munguia blows him out, so he's looking like all world against these powder puffs. But until they put him in the ring with somebody who's going to offer up some type of challenge, you know the verdict is really out on Munguia. But in terms of how they're promoting him, like I said before, I don't have a problem with how they're promoting him. I think it's the matchmaking, man. Take the fucking training wheels off and send that motherfucker down the hill and see if he can still stay upright, you know? The dude got 34 fights and a world title, man. You don't grow into a world title when you got that belt. Damn it, it's time to defend because you got a lot of hungry lions that want their shot. and they're fighting to get up those rankings to get that shot. So
Here's my thing. I agree with you. I don't like the matchmaking, and while I agree that I'm not saying going to say they're doing a bad job promoting them. Yes, there's crowds showing up to watch them and all that. But here's my thing: Mungia ain't that dude, and they know it. Right? And they know it because they're not
yeah.
putting him in there with the other title holders. Like they're not in a rush to put him in there with anyone of note. But that's how they know it. You know,
But D style on the let's not forget
yeah,
there was a while when they were baby in red too. You know what I'm saying? Remember way back in the game, that
yeah.
was probably one of my biggest criticisms on him. Like, God damn it, will y'all put him in there with somebody?
So yes,
Yeah,
but I did have the feeling like Canelo was the goods.
me too. I mean, I obviously he could fight, but
Like I think they were like they're protecting him. They don't want him to lose early in his career because they know he's going to be the goods. I don't feel that way about Mungia. Like
yeah,
I think Mungia they should go a different direction with Mungia, and they're going to end up going there anyway because at some point the dude's going to lose. Like
right,
it's waiting to happen, and he's going to have multiple losses, and that's okay. But they should go the action fighter route. Like when you tune in to watch Mungia, you're gonna see like a fight of the year candidate type thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's the type of fight they should be putting this guy in there with. Okay, he's not gonna beat the elite fighters, bro. Like this, he's not that dude. Not in my opinion.
And if he is, he's not there yet. I know that.
No,
But if
he's
he's
not
gonna
there yet.
fight somebody, I'll put him in there with Jared Hurd. I think that make for an action packed fight. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't put him in there with the champ at 54 with J Rock. I think that would be suicidal, or anybody else at 54. And if he goes up to 160 pounds, he's getting his ass killed.
yeah.
So
Dude, 160. He's gonna every advantage he has, he's losing it instantly. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He gets like someone said in the chat, man. He gets hit way too much. You know what I mean? Like to me, he gets hit a lot.
easily. Yeah, easily.
You got to go. Maybe I'm wrong here, but you got to go like the Alfredo Angulo route with this guy. You know,
Yeah.
you got to go that route. Okay, like you got to go because he's not going to have a long career the way he gets hit. So you might as well get him in there, make him the action fighter, stuff like that, and the Gotti list type fighter, whatever. Okay, right?
Yeah.
That's what he needs to be, and
Yeah.
that's to me. When you watch Iman Mungia, bro, you're gonna watch a fight. That's what he should be about. He's not that guy that people are going to be debating. Like, let me tell you something. Oh, Jaime Munguia is a top 10 pound for pound. Said no one ever. Okay. Like, no, I don't think anyone's ever said that. All right. I don't think that's come
No,
out of
no.
anybody's mouth. All right. Not from old media, new media, LDBC, YTBC, the clowns over the whoever. It doesn't matter. Okay. No one's ever said that. Like, I don't think anybody's impressed with Mungia like that. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate his heart. He comes to fight and stuff like that. That's the type of fighter they should promote him to be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's the route they should go. It just seems to me like they want to promote him as that dude, and he's not that dude. You know? But
Well, he's not that dude yet, man. I don't know if he'll ever be, but he does too much wrong, man. He be telegraphing that right hand, man. He telegraphs it. I mean, first thing he does is he puts on a grimace on his face, like he's coming because his face expression just changes, and then he comes with it wide out.
yeah,
Now the left hook to the body is nasty. I'm not even gonna lie about that. That's a damn good punch he got, but you need more. You need more in the repertoire, man. But he's a young guy, and it's time. You just never. I don't want to throw the book at him.
I just don't like. Like, I don't even want to. And I know 92 AQ saying, "Hey, chill. He's only 22." I get it, but I'm just telling you guys. Look, Jaime Munguia is going to be fun to watch for a lot of years, but he's going to end his career with like 10 losses, bro. Okay, again, this guy he's not that dude. Like, no one is like wondering who's going to take his O. Okay, like it's just that's not what he is. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm wondering, like, man, who could beat David Haney? Like when I'm looking at like maybe Lomachenko, and I'm kind of like I'm thinking like skill versus skill type shit. You know, I
Right.
think about
You think about all the best guys. Yeah.
yeah. When I think Mungia, I don't think about that. My mind is like if you fight her, like they would have a hell of a fight. Like, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it'll be
You know what I
back
mean?
and forth.
I'm not thinking about man. Can this dude move up and beat up GG Triple G or like you know, like
Yeah.
I'm just not thinking about those things. You know what I mean? I think Charlo both Charlo brothers beat this guy. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know,
It'll be done differently, but they will both beat them, man.
and my point is that that's okay. You know what I mean? Like Mungia is that type of fighter that you could still market even though he loses to the top fighters, like a Gotti or a Ward, not Andre Ward, Mickey Ward.
Yeah. Gotti had a great career though for what he was, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And a lot
definitely.
of fans, you know, they sold out the boardwalk in Atlantic City for him every time.
Like we all knew what was up when he fought De La
Yeah.
Hoya and Mayweather. Everybody knew what time it
Yeah.
was. You know what I mean? Like, we all knew that. Okay, unless maybe there was some Gotti fans that thought he had a shot. I don't know, but boxing fans knew what time it was. But when you put him in there with the right fights, hey, they were exciting fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he did manage to knock off a couple of former world champions. So
My point 92 AKU is we all know he's not like elite like that. So why is Golden Boy treating this dude with kid gloves? Like it's. Let me tell you something, man. Protecting him is not helping him. It's not.
no,
Right?
not at all.
You know who wasn't protected? Right? Let me tell you who wasn't protected. All right? Salito wasn't protected. All right? And I made him a hell of a fighter. Okay, like he turned it. He learned on the job. Okay, when he got into boxing, and little by little, he took L's on the come up, and then he got to the world stage, and he took L's against a Marquez, and he learned from it, and he got better and better, and then before he knew it, he was a top 10 fighter in the world, easy. You know what I mean? Mungia's not going to get better. They keep treating this dude with kid gloves. He's just not that guy you protect. He just isn't.
Not even Mickey Ward was protected. I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably why I always liked him better than Gotti because they didn't move Mickey Ward like main events move Gotti. You know, he didn't have no big backing. Mickey Ward did. Mickey Ward fought a lot of guys that he shouldn't have been in the ring with, but he got in there with him anyway, and he got his fucking ass whooped. But the thing about it is that he actually got in there with him. You know what I'm saying? And he earned a lot of respect from them guys. I mean, for the longest, Zab Judah would say for the longest, the hardest I've been hit is the left hook to the body by Mickey Ward. You know, and even though Zab beat him easily, but
Yeah.
like that goes to show you, there wasn't no kid gloves with that guy. That's why I like always when you posted that about Gotti, I put Mickey Ward greater than Gotti. That's why.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
he won their most popular fight, so
Yeah.
he pulled. It was
Yeah.
actually an upset. People don't even know that it was actually an upset that he won that fight. But I'm glad Joe Lopez Fordown said it. Even though he's young, he doesn't seem to be improving, and look, that's okay. He's gonna improve when he takes an L and he realizes that what he does is that's when he's gonna learn.
It won't work. Yeah.
But I got to go back to the drawing board. Like what I did doesn't like work all the time. No, bro, you got to do more than what you're doing. But I'm tough. Yeah, guess what? Everyone at this level is tough. Okay, it's not good enough, right? Like, you know what I mean? I got a good chin. Guess what? Not everyone has to knock you out to beat you. You know what I mean?
That's the truth.
You know what I mean? So and you're gonna run into the guy that is gonna hurt you. Like it just depends. But look, and then people are like, hey, but DStyle, but he's training with Eric Morales now. Look, man, this ain't Rocky 3, okay? Where Rocky Balboa in one training camp, like, learned to box like Apollo Creed and shit.
Damn right.
Transformed his whole style, and all of a sudden he was on his toes and blistering hand speed all of a sudden. I mean, that's not going to happen. This ain't a movie, guys. This ain't Rocky 3, and Mungia's not going to come out and be fighting like Morales all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like,
No, that ain't gonna happen.
that ain't going to happen. Like, Morales could teach him some stuff, but at the end of the day, different dimensions to Morales, different size to Morales, different IQ to Morales. Morales can't get his body and mind and put it inside Mungia. Like, you know what I
No
mean?
matter how hard he wants it, it ain't going down like that.
Dude,
Yep.
I can go to seminar, like I can do a one-on-one with Tiger Woods for a whole week. Okay. I'm going to suck at golf because I suck at golf. and that's it. Like I'm not gonna be Tiger Woods all of a sudden because Tiger Woods was teaching me how to swing and all that. It ain't gonna happen. All right. I'm just saying. Okay. But what do you think, Ash? You think Eddie Morales is gonna like just turn his whole dude? Like he's gonna turn him to this unbelievably like skilled fighter?
No, I think he's damn sure gonna try though. But like I said, you're not reinventing the wheel. Your best bet is to tweak what you have. Try to polish up on the things that you can actually help him with, and help him correct some of the flaws that he has in his game, at least on the defensive side, because he sits there and watches the punch come and takes the fucking punch. Now, offensively, I mean, you can help him a little bit offensively, but he don't have a problem moving his hands. His problem is that he's not a punching bag, but he's easy to hit, and he telegraphs his big shots instead of setting them up. And he'll follow a dude around the ring instead of cutting the ring off every time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, it's a lot I could nitpick at, but again, he's a young guy, but he's a young champion. So shit'll get off the pot, man. It is what it is. You're a champion now.
Right. And Reggie says Mungia can make some money running the gauntlet to see who at the top beats him. They can set up big money fights. Look, man, herd Mungia, just do it. Like Golden Boy, Mungia's not going to lose stock if he loses to Herd, bro. Because people are not watching Mungia because he's going to be this like top elite fighter. That's not why people watch Mungia. I don't think so.
Hey, it ain't even a guarantee he's gonna lose a Herd. He may fool around and win the damn fight.
Exactly.
That's they got evenly match fight, I think.
They got nothing to lose, bro.
Big mug. Yeah.
So like AJ 10 says, Golden Boy is milking the inevitable. All right. So, well, we'll see. You know what I mean? But man, I want to talk about this, bro. I'm just gonna say the name. I don't care. Steve Kim tweeted out that Haney is one hell of a prospect. After his performance, bro. These guys don't know what a prospect is, bro.
Apparently,
my older brother or toddler or some shit. Like, what's going on?
Hey, man, that's the best we got in boxing, man. Steve Kim, Dan Rafael, that's the best we got. Yeah, that's a damn shame, man. How do you not know what a prospect is? Dude got, 23 fights now. Just picked up a world title, an interim world title nonetheless. If anything, even if you don't want to label him a champion, that's fine. That's understandable. I don't even know if I want to label Lomachenko the champion of that weight, because he just fought for a vacant title in a sanctioned organization he wasn't even ranked in. But that's a whole nother topic.
Haney's fight. They took it from him.
That was supposed to be Haney's fight with the cat from England. You know what I'm saying? The guy Lomachenko just beat.
Yeah, Campbell.
Yeah, Luke Campbell. So, but the one thing Haney is not is a prospect.
I gotta take a knee for Luke. Hold on. All right, there we go. Every time somebody says Luke Campbell on the show, I take a knee.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's not bad, man. I'm gonna have to do that myself.
You see how he took a knee? He took a knee with grace and then bowed his head, and then he got back up. You know what I mean?
You gotta take a knee. Hey, Tim Bradley took a knee twice against Kendall Holt and won that fight.
I forgot he took a knee.
I
know Kendall Holt hit him with a shot.
Yeah.
It sounded like a gunshot. Okay.
Yeah.
Bradley went. I thought he was out, but he popped. It wasn't even like he was down. He popped back up.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It's how like when someone gets knocked out and they go in reverse, they rewind this shit. That's how it looked. They boom, and he was ready to go. Like, what the hell, little ass Bradley, dude! I can't believe he survived that. Was it the first round?
Yeah, it was early. I don't remember if it was the first round, but I know it was early.
And usually when you catch a guy cold like that, it's over.
Oh, Kendall Holt, hell yeah, he could crack. He got some highlight reel knockouts out there, man. Whether it's the what was the guy that fought Cotto? Oh, the Toro. Whether it was Torres, he knocked Torres out with a highlight reel knockout. Julio Diaz.
But didn't Torres knock him down?
Yeah, he got up. From being knocked down twice, I think. He got up and stopped his ass.
Dude, people got to watch that. It's not that long. I think it's a round long, or two maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And Torres hurt him. It looked like he was going to finish him, and then boom, he put Torres Oh, Wade.
Out. Yes.
Yeah,
Out.
that
He
was
fought for a world title.
Torres always be getting his ass whooped after knocking dudes down, though.
Yeah.
Like, did he
Yeah,
knock?
he knocked Cotto down, didn't he? He
Like
knocked
Cotto
Cotto
was
down.
looking at him when he went down. He gave him like that. When I get up, I'm gonna beat your ass. Look.
Yeah.
I mean, he got back up, put a beating on him. How dare you knock me down? Right? But look, man, Holt Torres, look that up, guys. Okay, gotta look that up. That's a hell of a round,
Yeah.
right? Let me explain to you what I think a prospect is. Okay, to me, a prospect is someone who's on the come up, right? That is nowhere near being a top contender yet. Okay,
Mhm.
but that know isn't ready at the moment, but could potentially be ready down the line. Where
Right.
you're thinking a year at the least, but mainly 2-3 years down the line. Okay, and you're trying to project how that fight is going to do down the line. I mean, to me, that's what a prospect is. In fact, someone just turning pro is a prospect by definition. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Yeah.
Right. But to once you're a top contender, once you win an interim belt, once you're in the top 10, okay, dude, like you're not a to me, you're not a prospect anymore.
Right.
You're a top contender in the world. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. In fact, I read on Twitter with some of these same idiots you're talking about. The explanation is because he's 22 years old. I'm like, well, how do you match age with you being a prospect? Tyson was 21 when he was world champion. So was Fernando Vargas and many other fighters. It has nothing to do with age. You know what I'm saying? It has what's up, Jay Good? It has to do with a fighter being pro has maybe less than 15 fights or whatever, and you're not matching them against anybody in the top 10 or top 15, but you're matching them against guys who have experience, like journeymans, guys with maybe like 10 wins, 15 losses, guys that's going to get them acclimated to the pro ranks and get them seasoned. And that don't have nothing to do with the age. A guy can be 31 years old and be 10-0. What is he? Is he a contender because he's 31 years old? No, he's a prospect. So I don't know what their definition is for prospect is, but obviously, man, it's not the first time they got things wrong in the sport of boxing, man.
Oh no, David Haney. I mean,
He's
I don't know
been
about you
around
guys,
since
but
'97, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I remember when him and Doug Fisher came into boxing.
they
It
should
was
know
like
better.
in '97. Hell yeah, they should know better. That was like in 1997, '98, something like that, when Max Boxing came on the
Dude,
scene.
ain't no top contender or prospect, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
the top contender is not. I don't care if you never won a title yet. Okay, you're not a prospect.
You're not a prospect. You are a world title contender. At any moment,
Yeah.
you can get a world title shot. You know?
Okay. Like I don't like. I just. I mean, look, man. Okay. Sometimes dudes do things subconsciously. Okay, and they just expose themselves to things. But I honestly believe, all right, that they're calling this dude a prospect because they don't want to hear about him fighting Lomachenko. I know that sounds like far off, okay,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying everyone, but I think a lot of them are. Oh, he's a good prospect. He might be ready for Lomachenko in like 2-3 years from now. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're just trying
Well,
to.
what is Teofimo then? What is Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah, they're calling him a prospect too. Like this
But,
dude ain't a
but
prospect.
Lomachenko wants to fight Teofimo. He said
Yeah,
he wants to fight him. So their logic is going in the trash of one way or the other. You know, it's just not making any sense.
yeah, definitely. Like, stop calling dudes that are top contenders already prospects.
Prospects,
Right?
right?
Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people do it, and it's a pet peeve of mine. That's all. You know what I mean? Because I'll come on here and I'll do like a prospect watch. You know what I mean? And if people be like, and they actually brought up Teofimo, like, what about Teofimo Lopez? Like, the Teofimo Lopez is about to fight for a title, bro, against
Right.
Kobe. Like, what do you mean? You're calling him a prospect? That's crazy. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? At what point would you say Ashy dude's no longer a prospect? Like at what point is okay, we're not gonna call this dude a prospect anymore?
I think it depends on either a certain number of fights or a certain fighter that they matched him with, and he beats these guys like a bona fide top 11, top 10 gatekeeper, and he beats this guy, okay, now you're no longer a prospect. You're ready to contend for a world title.
I'm glad you brought up the term gatekeeper because people don't even use that right. Okay, that's
Yeah,
a like literally like the dude's at the gate. All right, that's what the gatekeeper means, guys. Like
yeah.
he's at the gate. Like you want to get in with the top contenders, you got to get through me.
You get through me. That's right.
It's that first hurdle. Once you pass that hurdle against the gatekeeper, you're no longer a prospect. You're in the house,
Oh,
right? You know what I mean? Once you shred the gatekeeper, you're in the house, right? I seen prospects, and that's one of the reasons, bro. I miss Friday night fights. But you saw
yeah.
prospects pass tests, and you saw them
And
fail.
fail. You
You know what I
damn
mean?
right.
Like they'll put them in there, and then Chop Shop Corley will just expose a dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
this is the future.
Emmanuel Augustus.
Yeah, Manuel Gus gonna come out. All right, just. Oh, this guy's a future. This guy's a goods. Whoa, Emmanuel Gus beating
Just
the
beat
shit
his ass. Yeah.
out of him. Right. Once you beat that top dude that's holding the gate, right? Gatekeepers are important. Like people use gatekeeper in a very negative context, I think. Like
Right.
they use it to say, oh, that guy's a gatekeeper. Like he's below the barrel. No, like gatekeeper is a legit.
They have a role. They have a role to play in this sport. That's
They
right.
have a role to play in the sport. They're
Yeah.
here to separate the men from the boys. Okay, and once you get past that gatekeeper, you're that dude now. You know what I mean? And if you don't pass the gatekeeper, then you're just another journeyman.
That's it. That's it.
And I just feel like people just don't, and that's one of the reasons I miss Friday Night Fights, man. Watching the journey of these fighters, watching some fail, some succeed, it was just definitely fun to watch. But Haney has been past the test. Like this dude's like been a
Yeah.
top contender for a while already. Like it's
Right.
insane prospect, but
And he getting better. That's the scary part. He getting better too, man.
I think people are calling anyone who hasn't fought for a non-interim, I guess, because he fought for an interim title, but they're just calling anyone who hasn't fought for a title yet or hasn't won a title yet a prospect.
Right.
Which
They're idiots, man.
I guess Rocky Juarez was a prospect his whole career.
Yeah, you already know he had five world title shots and lost all of them.
Yeah.
So he started as a prospect, ended as a prospect in their eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Ishe Smith, would you consider him a gatekeeper? Maybe for a while.
Not no more. He's just a damn bum now.
Yeah.
But for a while, yeah, he would be. I think he would be. I mean, because I think Danny Jacobs had to go through Ishe Smith before he became a real contender. Way back in the game. You remember that fight? Danny Jacobs and Ishe Smith?
Oh, yeah, I remember that fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good fight.
But Ishe Smith ended up winning the world title, so.
Yeah, he ended up winning a world title, and then he cried like I never seen a dude cry.
Oh, my God.
Like I think Floyd was looking at him like, bro, like what are you doing?
You embarrassed me, man. You embarrassed me, bro. Yeah.
It's like, congratulations, Ishe.
Yeah, he started whooping.
There's nothing wrong with him crying, but he wasn't crying like he was like,
yeah,
like little toddler crying.
Yeah, he was calling out. He was calling out, man. Ooh, I mean, he was calling out, man. I was like,
can't get birds out crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I said last night, Loma better fight Haney now before it's too late. What do you think of that, Ashy?
I think it would serve him if he would. It would serve Loma better if he fought him now. Haney's getting better every time he's out. Every time he's in the ring, he's getting better. And you can see now that dude punching now, man. He is punching. I don't know if he's just getting stronger or his man strength is setting in. Well, when he let go of that overhand, man, it's coming in and it's coming in with some thunder behind it. You know what I'm saying?
This is breaking bones, bro. Literally.
Yeah, bro. And if he's not breaking bones, he putting guys out like he did in the fight right before this one. You know, when he set the guy up, fake into the body and hit his ass with a flush right hand, put his ass away. So I don't know. I tell you what, Haney's he not a small dude for lightweight. You know, Loma's not. He ain't gonna bully him around, man. Loma's a pretty small dude, man. It's actually impressive what he's done so far in his career, being that he's that small. He would. I think one of the advantages he had in the, I don't want to say the lower weight classes. All these little motherfuckers are small as hell. But at 30 and 26, he was just so much more stronger than those guys, and he fast as hell. But
Yeah.
all that plateaued when he came to lightweight. You know what I'm saying? It plateaued. I'm not saying he's not fast still, but these guys are bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? So they're not impressed with his strength. So he got to find something else. You know, and I don't think he's naturally stronger than Devin, man. Devin, he ain't gonna be 35 too much more longer anyway. Self-admitted, he says it's not easy making lightweight, but I'll stay here for one or two more fights.
Actually,
Mhm.
what do you think of people that are sensitive about fighters being called bums? Like, there's people like, oh, and don't call them bums. Like, I just
You mean fighters or fans
no
sensitive?
fans, like fans that get mad when anyone, because I call fighters bums sometimes, and
Yeah, you ain't alone. There's a lot of people that do that,
like,
man.
just for the record, I'm not saying they're living in the street with covered by newspaper and
Right. I
like
will work for food sign.
yeah. Like that's not what I'm saying. But it's like they're so sensitive to that word. Like that word's been my whole life. Boxing fans have called fighters bums.
And before your life, before mine, that's been around before either one of us came into this sport. So I'm not saying I condone it, and I'm not saying I'm not guilty of calling somebody a bum my damn self. You know what I'm saying?
Just did it with Ishe like 5 minutes ago. But yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I'm not innocent of the shit myself. But I don't know. It probably goes back to having respect for fighters, for having, people having, anybody who having the courage to step between the rows. I mean, kudos, you know what I'm saying? And I make sure whenever I break stuff down that I try to give a shout out to the guys willing to do this for a living, because it's not easy. But sometimes it's more better, when you're trying to explain something, to just call a guy a fucking bum. you know? What
right.
am I mean, how many ways can I say the dude's not good, man? I don't want to go in why he's not good. I'd rather just say he's a fucking bum. you know?
I just think, I mean, this is a sport, dude. That is we do hold fighters to a high expectation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A high standard, I should say. We hold fighters to a very high standard because we are comparing, like, boxing, that sport where we like instantly they're being compared to like all time greats. You know what I mean? And call like if I call a heavyweight fighter, for example, a bum, okay, I'm not saying I could go in there and fuck with the dude. Like, you know what I mean? That's not what
right,
I'm saying.
right.
Like, what I'm saying is compared to his peers, he's not that good compared to his peers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like compared to the top echelon fighters, he just doesn't belong in the ring with them. Right now, granted, I don't really call fighters bums, but I do say he made him look like a bum or like something like that. But I guess it's the same shit, right? Like, but
I think so. I mean, like I try not to do it, but I know I do it, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm innocent of it. But like I said, I really want to elaborate on how a dude is not good, or can I just simplify it in a three-letter word? And I think a lot of them it's just cap. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to find something to argue about or to make dialogue about because they don't. The box of knowledge is limited by these guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta pick something in order to get some credit from the people they're trying to have a discourse with about it. Um, but everybody uses the term bum, even the people that say that they're mad that you use it. I'm sure at some point they will say it too. Fighters damn sure say it. Tyson Fury just called Deontay Wilder a bum on national TV. You know,
yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, I don't watch track and field, but you know what I mean. That in the Olympics, I will. But I'm sure like there's dudes that say, you know, that dude's too slow. You know what I mean? Well, he runs, negative, or sub 10 seconds. He ain't that slow. But he's slow compared to Usain Bolt. You know what I mean? I don't know if
right.
I'm outdated with is Bolt still a top dude, or am I outdated with that? I don't know. But
Uh, yeah, but he not just dominating. I mean, he's been beat.
Yeah.
But most top guys in track and field, you give them 2 Olympics and then they start to fade, especially when it comes to sprinting. You know what I'm saying? It's only so long you're gonna stay at the top of sprinting. So
Yeah, but if I were to say, man, that dude's slow. Like when I'm watching I'm watching track and field, right? I'm not saying I'm
yeah,
faster than them. You know what I mean?
exactly,
I'm
exactly.
just saying that that dude ain't gonna make the final. Like what do you call him? I
You
forget what.
feel for track and field or
Yeah, like boxing, you call it a
oh
fight with the race, I guess, the final race.
oh and heat. He won't make the last heat.
The
Yeah.
last heat. There you go. All right. So that's all it is, man. We're just to me that is anyway. I don't know, but people get a little sensitive with the word bum.
Man, I'm calling somebody a bum if they're a fucking bum. I don't give a damn what anybody got to say about that, man. For
Like
real.
like they should know what you mean. People. You know what you know what we mean when we say that. Um,
Exactly.
Quillen Angulo, Ashy. Are you excited about this fight?
Well, I think it'll be action packed. Is
Yeah.
it really going to prove much when Quillen beats the guy? No, it's not. But in terms of pure action, I think we will be rewarded because it's not like Quillen is the most skilled guy. You know what I'm saying? He does have holes in his game, but he does have some great attributes too. He has a stiff jab, he has a big right hand, and he's genuinely a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty tough up in there. Angulo's tough. He can take a hell of a punch. He can give a heck of a punch. If Quillen is not on his game, Angulo could hurt him maybe once or twice in a fight. If Quillen is sharp, he can hurt Angulo, which I think is going to happen. I think from a technical standpoint, he's technically better than Angulo, and that's not really saying much. But the combination of that and the fact that he's actually a pretty big guy. I mean, Quillen, as far as I remember, has never fought at 54. Angulo used to be a 54 pounder that they were billing as the next Margarito. So Quillen is a little bit bigger than Angulo, and he has a big punch. He's heavy handed. The,
Yep.
the thing that has played Quillen is the fact that when you measure his skills against the top guys in and around the weights that he's campaigned, he's always fallen short from a technical standpoint. Well, he don't have to worry about that against Angulo because Angulo falls short of that himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it'll be an entertaining fight for as long as it lasts, man. But I'm not looking to see who will emerge victorious as so they can become the next great challenger for one of the top guys at the weight. No, but it's an entertaining fight. And these guys get to make a money and make some money, take care of their family, move forward, with a W or move back with an L.
Man,
No,
I think Quillen's gonna knock him out like in 3 rounds or less. I don't know.
it could happen, but I think they'll actually go rounds.
Man, Angulo's a bum, bro. Okay, look, man, he was pretty decent at one point. He was,
Yeah, back in the game, right?
but he's just hasn't impressed me lately, man. And he's always been slow, but now he's like slower,
Molasses, right?
And I think that Quillen's gonna see everything coming in that fight because if you can't see everything coming against Angulo, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, like if you can't see anything, like dude, like I don't know how he doesn't get hit in the first 10 seconds, right? I think he's gonna get starched, bro. Look, best fight, the best agrees. Angulo's a street bum.
Yeah, I think you're gonna. I think he's gonna lose the fight. I think he's gonna lose a fight too. You know what I'm saying? I just, I'm just saying, man. I think he is at least tough enough to stand in there for a little bit. I mean, uh, I don't think he'll Quillen to get rid of him in 3 rounds. I'm thinking around 6 or 7.
Right.
The fight I would have preferred to see out of Quillen was the Truax fight, which didn't take place, because of some odd injury or whatever. But as a replacement, I'm pretty excited about it. And dude says Angulo's still alive in Battle of the Bums. Hey,
Hey,
but I bet
WBC
you
should make a bump belt. You know what I mean?
A bum belt, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they could just make this belt, and what do bums wear? Like put some newspaper on the straps. I don't know. It could come with a newspaper like blanket. So you know, no, but um, I wouldn't be shocked if WBC did make a belt for this, but
Oh,
seriousness,
they
I
make a
want
belt
to.
for any damn thing.
I want to see Quinn spark this dude because that's all. That's the only way I visualize this fight. To be honest with you, if I'm
Yeah,
going past 5 rounds, bro, I'm gonna be so shocked. I'm gonna be shocked, and I'm gonna criticize Quillen a lot if it goes that far.
he just not a. He not a. I don't look. I know he got a. I know he got a big right hand and he got a stiff jab, but
Dude, they call him
outside of
del
that, bro,
perro. He's gonna get treated like a dog. Okay.
he's just not a killer to me. You know what I'm saying? Quillen. He's not a killer to me. You know?
Well, but he could pop though.
Yeah, he can punch, but he's not a seek and destroy type guy with a big punch. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing, Ashy. Angulo only has one gear, bro. It's forward and slow. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like that's it. That's Angulo. Like if Angulo told you, "Man, I'm coming after you," you could like have your meal. Drink, have your drink. You know, get up, go to the restaurant, come back, and he's still like after you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
dude, Angulo's so slow, bro. I don't think he could beat a turtle in a race, bro. Okay, let
yeah.
me tell you something, man. He's gonna get sparked in his fight, right? 3 rounds max. Okay.
But if that happens, D style, that would be a fucking excellent prediction because I don't think he ever lost the fight that damn fast. Dudes have put sustained whoopings on Angulo. So if Quillen sparks him in 3 rounds, then hell, then maybe he is gonna make a statement. You know?
Look, if Quillen's been like working on the punching bag, he's already sparred with Angulo. Right? So, like, I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you right now. He's already sparred,
Yeah.
right? But in all seriousness, I think it's gonna get sparked out, man. Okay, damn. Someone
Yeah.
had to start. What'd you say? Start doing boxing sketch comedy segments. Boxing sketch comedy would be dope. All right. I'm down. Angulo's slower than AJ mentally. Wow. All
No,
right.
damn.
But man, Angulo's so slow, bro. I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I think he's the slowest like fighter I've ever seen, like in the top 10, like in my life. Like, I'm not even exaggerating.
Is he even in the top 10?
No, like a fighter that's been in the top 10 at some.
Oh, that's never been in the top 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Like him and Baltimore, like I think he makes Baltimore look fast. All right.
yeah.
This dude, man, I don't know.
You
But
know what? It's not like Quillen has the best defense. What if he hits Quillen and hurt him?
well, look, if Quillen loses to Angulo, that's it, bro. Okay, hang up the gloves.
Well, I ain't saying lose. I'm just saying hurt him once, and then he weathers a storm and come back and win. What do we say about Quillen if that happens? It can happen to anybody.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. Look, if Quillen gets hurt in this fight, then I think it's fair to say that he's taken several steps back. You know what I mean? The only I could maybe give, like, if he gets hurt in the first round, that could happen to anybody. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got to watch the fight, of course, but if he's in a life and death fight or even a round with Angulo, bro, I don't know. Okay, I want to see Quillen make a comeback, man. I want him to be a top, contender again. I want him back in the mix. You know what I mean? So, out of these
What is
two,
this?
he's the
68?
one to do it.
Is this at 168 pounds or 60 or what?
I believe it's on AJ10. Can we get a? Can you guys let me know here? The official weight for that. I believe it's 168. But what'd you say? Oh shit! I thought Baltimore and Angulo was the same person. But no, actually, no, man. Angulo ain't doing shit to his daughter, bro. Like, I'll just say that.
Damn, I forgot about that with Baltimore. Fuck.
Baltimore did some fucked up shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right. They both knocked each other down and make an exciting fight for the Gotti list. Man, the defunct Gotti list. I will always be an Angulo fan. That's cool. I mean, he always came to fight. That'll never take away from him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He always came to fight. I always thought the dog collar thing was corny, but hey, you know what I mean? If Quillen loses he needs to immediately run in traffic with his eyes closed.
Stranger stuff have happened, man, in this sport, man.
All right.
I'm really
Angulo,
surprised.
and by the way, Angulo ain't gonna stop shit. By the way, that reminds you something. Okay. The only thing Angulo's gonna stop is traffic on the way to the hospital, bro. When he's in an ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Beating this fight, right?
I just don't see Quillen as this killer, man. I just don't. But he should beat him. I'm not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Quillen got some. He got his defense is Swiss cheese, bro.
Well, speaking of guys that are trying to make a comeback or get back in that mix, Jojo Diaz, man, he's going to be fighting Jesus Cuadro. I googled that dude's name, and I swear to God, Google was like, "Who's that?" Like you know, like
You damn bums.
I just said, "Man, I'm
I'm
asking for a
fucking
friend."
bums.
I don't know, but Jesus Cuadro, never heard of him. He's going to be fighting in Mexicali, man. I still think Jojo Diaz has a lot to prove, man. I still think he could make some noise in boxing. What are your thoughts on Jojo Diaz, and what do you think he should do after he should win this fight? What do you think he should go from here?
Um, yeah, I think he can still make noise. I mean, after losing to Gary Russell, that set him back a little bit, but he had a title shot right after that, but he didn't make the weight. So even though he won the fight, he lost the ability to win the world title because he didn't make the weight. Um, and there was talks about him fighting against Tevin Farmer. Um, I know Tevin Farmer wanted to fight after he outbidded himself for the Tank Davis fight. And once the Davis fight ship sailed, he was looking to fight Jojo Diaz, and Jojo Diaz had another opponent, and it's this whole Jesus Quadros guy. But even still, once he takes care of this guy in Mexico, I don't foresee Jojo Diaz making that fight with Tevin Farmer because I don't see Jojo Diaz making 126 pounds no more. So I think he'll go up to 130, and it's wide open. Tank's left. I'm sorry. Tevin is at 130 pounds. I'm sorry. So he can go up and actually fight Tevin. You know?
Tim Farmer, yeah.
Yeah, he can fight Tevin Farmer because that's the fight that they were talking about anyway. In fact, that fight.
And he ain't getting a tech fight anymore, Tevin. So,
Huh?
and Tevin isn't. Farmer isn't going to get the tank fight anymore. Anyway.
No, that's out the door. You know, that's out the door. And like this is the fight Tevin Farmer wanted if he didn't get the Gervonta Davis fight. And I heard Golden Boy is interested in it. So maybe Eric Gomez will get with Eddie Hearn's got people, and it's something that we'll be able to see. And yeah, I think Jojo Diaz, he got a lot to prove, but I think he got a lot left in him too. He's a pretty tough guy. You know, it ain't like he's the easiest guy to beat in the ring. He's pretty tough.
Well, word has it that if he turns down that fight, Eric Gomez is going to come out to the press and say he thought Tevin Farmer was too tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, that was Eric Gomez who said that about
yeah.
Ryan.
I like how he clarified. Oh, for clarification, Ryan didn't say that. His team did. What an idiot, bro.
Damn.
Like, God damn, bro. You know, but like that's not much of a clarification at all, actually. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens with that, man. Final topic of the day, right? A big fight was announced, and I want your thoughts on this, Ashy. Right? I want your thoughts on this fight, Canelo Kovalev.
Oh man.
Word has it that there's no rehydration clause. Although I swear I'm still looking. I know people are like, "No, there's no rehydration." Like I'm still looking for the rehydration clause.
Yeah.
I'm still like kind of like I'm like I still feel like we're gonna hear something about it. Like I don't know what it is, but it looks like there's no rehydration clause, and it looks like or there is no that is catch weight, which is good. You know what I mean? Over the years, we've been used to these little guys calling out big guys, but at a catch weight, though. You know what I mean? So,
right.
What are your thoughts, man? No cat,
especially with Canelo.
straight up, straight up, 175 pounds, man. What do you think?
Well, this is a fight, a lot of people have been talking about, at least on Twitter, man. And I've heard, several different sides to the story. I've heard a lot of people getting at Canelo for this particular selection, saying, why choose Kovalev, because he's quote unquote the weakest link in the light heavyweight division. I don't know how you figure that out. I mean, none of those champions at that weight has even fought each other, and they're all beasts in their own right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them have fought the same guys, Isaac Chalimba and the Alvarez kid, um,
Right.
a couple of other guys too. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I mean, at the end of the day, Kovalev has fought the best competition out of all four of these guys. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit more seasoned. He may be, he definitely past his prime a little bit and possibly on the way out. So I could see a little argument made on that front as to why they're critical of it. But at the same time, this is a fight that's at 175 pounds, and Canelo is not a 175 pounder. There is not a rehydration clause. Um, and at the end of the day, only one of these
Allegedly.
fighters are going to be in the natural. Huh?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? Allegedly, only one of these fighters are going to be in their natural element, though. What's different from Kovalev? Once he does his next fight, he's fighting in his weight class. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's the one got to go up. He's got to put on this 15 pounds of fight weight, mind you, not just regular weight, fight weight. And he's got to take his skill set and his short frame, short, not skinny, his short frame up to this division and hope that his power has come with him and that he has enough skills to beat this man up and possibly put him down. And I'm saying, whether you agree with the opponent or not, that's an uphill battle. Go ahead.
Well, look, here's another term that that people get sensitive about, but that boxing fans use a lot. He's a midget. Okay. Compared to Kovalev, he's a midget.
Yeah,
He's
he's
5'6".
a midget. And Kovalev is rangy, and Kovalev has a damn good jab. I mean, I believe we can ask Anthony Yard about that. So everybody's saying how Canelo is a devastating body puncher. I know that probably as much as anybody because I believe Kovalev is the number one fighter in the world. That's what I believe right now at this time. You know, and in this particular fight, he's daring to be great, regardless of what you think of Kovalev. Kovalev has beaten 5 guys. Kovalev just fought a guy who was undefeated, and I don't know if I could say Canelo hits harder than a 175 pounder. Anthony Yard, for all of his deficiencies, he can punch at this weight. He can
Like
punch at this weight. You know what I'm saying?
has to have a camp to lose that weight. You know what I mean? And
That's right. That's a
be
big
on.
man, right?
You know what I mean? As soon as Yard steps off that scale when he's sucking on water, he's already heavier than Canelo's ever been. Right?
That's what I'm saying. And he can punch it that way. That's the one thing he did go into that fight knowing how to do. That was a great attribute of his. You know what I'm saying? And now Canelo, with the verdict is out if he can punch at that weight against substantially bigger guys. He has a good jab, but his jab is going to be so much shorter than the other guy who has a good jab. Canelo has a good right hand, but is his right hand better than the right hand that he against the guy that he's fighting? Kovalev has killed a man with his hands. You know what I'm saying? At that weight. So that's what I'm saying. It's an uphill battle.
I forgot about that actually.
Yeah. So it's an uphill battle. And I'm like, everybody's wondering what's going to happen to Kovalev once he feels the body shots by Canelo. But what's going to happen to Canelo if he catches a straight right from Kovalev? You know what I'm saying? So
look, man. All right.
That straight right hand has put Andre Ward down.
Dude, people acting like Kovalev.
Yeah.
Like Kovalev's not just gonna stand there, let himself get hit, guys. He's gonna punch him back. You guys know that, right? He's gonna punch him back, right? And as good as Canelo is, and he's good at bobbing, weaving, slipping shots, and all that. But he gets hit.
Right.
Okay, He ain't exactly sweet pea. He gets hit. Okay. All right. He's going to get hit. And that jab of Kovalev, that archer from distance, he's going to have to get past that before he even touches the castle. Right?
Right.
And that right hand, dude, when Canelo feels that right hand, all this talk about him bringing it with Kovalev, it's out the window. Right?
Out the fucking window.
He's going to feel something he never felt before. Right? I've been telling people, Ashy, because people keep telling. First of all, besides Rocky Fielding, this might be the biggest dude Canelo's ever fought. Okay,
Right.
or the first guy Canelo's fighting that's bigger than him. All right, and Rocky Fielding is not like Kovalev. What do you think about people talking about how Canelo's just gonna beat him to the body and just knock him out like in 4 or 5 rounds? What are your thoughts about that, Ashy?
I think they a couple of tools short of a toolbox, bro. I mean, first of all, they act like closing the distance on Kovalev is just something that he's just gonna walk in there and just do easily. He gonna have there's some fire he gonna have to go through in order to get up in that wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? And there's just no guarantee he gonna be able to get past that jab. Dude. There's no guarantee that if he get past the jab, he's gonna get past the right hand. And I'm just saying this, it's gonna be a big surprise to Canelo once he gets hit by a bona fide 75-pounder. You know what I'm saying? Going up in weight is not easy. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy daring to be great. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones went up 25 pounds and fought John Ruiz, and he beat him easy. But John Ruiz hit him one time, and Roy almost went down. I don't know if people caught that.
And Ruiz was not a puncher.
Huh?
And Ruiz was not known as a puncher like that.
That's right. But he was a heavyweight.
Yeah.
But he was a heavyweight. So,
I mean, look.
Kovalev is known as a puncher.
Yeah.
And he is. Yeah. And in fact, he's known as a crusher. And he is a bona fide light heavy. So, it's a great. I mean, I give him a lot of credit for even attempting this shit. You know what I'm saying? To me, he didn't have to go up and challenge Bevel or Baturbiev or Gavadzic or whatever his name is. I think this guy has more on his resume than any of those guys, man. This is the guy that had Andre Ward hurt in the first fight, and a lot of people arguably thought he beat Andre Ward. If you beat Kovalev, that's more to your resume than it does beating the other guys. To me, you know. So, go ahead.
Look, man. Let me tell you something. Just because you lose to Andre Ward doesn't mean that all of a sudden a dude could jump up to weight classes and beat you, right? Like Ron Maxwell said, Kovalev is a stiff jab, and Triple G gave Canelo a problem with that, okay?
Yeah.
And he did. Like, Canelo did give him some problems with that jab, all right? But here's my thing with Canelo, dude, all right? Canelo's going to – first of all, dude's walking around in knee braces, right? People act like dude don't have a knee brace on and shit. What do you think's going to happen? Look at what happened to Sergio Martinez, okay, when he had knee braces on. And Chavez hit him with one punch, okay? Chavez couldn't land flush for 11 and a half rounds. He finally landed flush on Sergio Martinez, and his whole career was over, practically, right? He contorted his whole damn body, right? He wasn't off balance or anything. His whole body turned and the knee popped, right? Dude got back up and finished the round and won the fight, right? But he wasn't the same anymore. He fought Murray. Guess what? His knee popped again, right? Arguably lost that fight. There's something with not just the snap and the punch, but the weight behind those punches. Even when, dude, if Canelo's stupid enough to get against the ropes against Kovalev, he's in trouble, right? And he always does it, okay? Canelo does this shit against the ropes, right? Just the shots that he's going to feel in the forearm and the arms, just that alone is going to tire out his arms, right?
Right. It's going to wear him out.
That jab to the face when it puts strain on the back of the neck, right?
Yes.
The back of the neck, the spine feels that fatigues you, right? Like
yes,
you guys have no idea what's coming, bro. When he hits, Canelo's going to feel some. It's going to be something different, about that punch when it lands. Like boom, like whoa, there was something just different about that. Okay, the heaviness in the punch.
That's facts.
This is a much bigger man he's fighting, and you could tell me all day, oh, but he sees something. That's why he wants to fight Kovalev. Well, maybe he does, but it doesn't mean he's right. Right? Garcia thought he saw something against Spence. Well, what happened? I don't know what he saw, but obviously we didn't see it in the fight. Okay. Right. Like
I know what he's doing.
well, Trinidad thought he saw some where he thought he could just use B Hop as a stepping stone on his way to fight Roy Jones, right?
Roy Jones, that's right.
Well, what happened with
That's
that?
right.
De La Hoya thought he saw something against B Hop. Yeah, that's why he moved up to fight him. Why else? Why else do you guys think he did it? Right? So in this case, man, let me tell you something, bro. This is a big miscalculation people are making. I think people are overplaying how done Kovalev is, in my opinion. Right? Oh, well, Yard almost had him out. You guys, like, man, you guys swear like Canelo could just fight Yard and beat Yard or something. How do you guys know that? How do you guys know he could jump in the ring with Yard and beat Yard? You don't know that, right?
No, you don't.
It's gonna be a tough fight, man. It's gonna be a tough fight for Canelo. All right, and I think he's gonna feel things that I don't know. Canelo's gonna be aching and muscles he never thought he had, man. Right, but Mike Garcia thought he saw something too. Yeah, exactly. What do you think he saw, Ashy? Mikey against Spence.
Oh, from what I said a minute ago, I was about to say he saw left and right hands coming. That's what he saw.
In the ring, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. No, I don't know what the hell he saw as far as breaking down tape and coming up with a game plan, but whatever it is, that shit went drastically the wrong way. Because Spence opened up a can of ass whoop in the dressing room and shit came back to and it was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he went out there and let his hands go and didn't stop till the fight was over. Basically.
I keep hearing, oh, Canelo's going to slip through all the jabs and boom, 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 just hit him to the body, and Kovalev can't take it to the body, so it's going to drop like a sack of potatoes. Man, when do you
if only a fight plays out that easily, you know what I'm saying? Fights just happen to just play out that easy. Oh, he's going to do this. He's going to do this. He's going to do that, and that's the end.
And Kovalev, like, just let him. It's just going to
cooperate. Yeah, he just cooperate.
Oh, just hit me to the body. Oh, like, come on, bro.
Fight over. That's right. Dudes don't go to training camp to lose, man. Every fighter goes to camp believing that they're going to win. That puts the whole theory of he only fights guys he knows he's going to beat. Everybody thinks that they're going to win the fight that they signed the fight. You know what I'm saying? There is no knowing you're going to win.
What do you make of the stories that supposedly Triple G used to put that whooping on Kovalev? They used to give him that work when they sparred.
I mean, it could be true, That could be true. I mean, shit. I mean, Triple G is a natural 160 pounder. In fact, I think he's even bigger than that. Triple G keeps himself on a diet so he can make 60, kind of like Bernard Hopkins used to do. Bernard Hopkins stayed at 160 pounds. The only reason why he did is because he never let himself get too far away from his fight weight. He was never more than 6 to 8 pounds off weight, so he didn't have to spend X amount of weeks shedding weight. You know what I'm saying? That time in camp can be based towards working on his skills. You know what I'm saying? Because if you let yourself get too far out of weight, he wasn't going to be able to make weight. And it's the same thing with Triple G. You know what I'm saying? He's a disciplined fighter. You never see him fat. You never see him bloated and out of shape like a Ricky Hatton or like a lot of these other guys when they're not fighting. Maidana, how they would blow up in weight. No, he sticks to a regimen, just like Jermell, not Maul, but Jermell, the little brother.
Yeah,
he stays in shape. He never off weight too far. You know what I'm saying? Just discipline. He has good habits in terms of keeping his weight down. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with Triple G. And it's not a big surprise that a guy a little smaller can beat a bigger guy in sparring. You know what I'm saying? It's not a surprise. I mean, I've seen that in the gym my damn self, but that was also X amount of years ago too. And since then, both those guys have gotten better. That was before Kovalev was even a world champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So, and it's also rumors. We haven't seen no footage on it. It could be cap all day long. So, I don't put no stock into it. When Triple G go up and wait and challenge him, then I'll start to consider it. And until then, it's just sparring, man. Sparring, sparring,
Sparring,
sparring.
sparring. We don't know if it's true. Hearsay. Not only that, we don't know at what point of the training camp Kovalev was in. We don't know what point of the training camp Triple G was in. We just don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting too much stock in that, and that's that. You know what I mean? And I just don't think these European dudes are having gym wars. I'm sorry. I know that's like a stereotype or whatever. I just don't think that's the case. All right. Um,
Well,
but
people like to make conspiracy theories about sparring. How the one about Mayweather and Paul Spadafora from years ago. For the
right.
longest, people were taking that and running with it. And then the kid, you remember Kid Diamond?
Yep.
Ryan Kulov was his last name.
Hmm.
How he did well against Mayweather in sparring, and then he ends up getting his ass knocked out by Nate Campbell on one of Roy Jones' undercard.
Wow.
So it's just sparring. Sparring is sparring.
Yep. It's
It is
work.
what it is. Yeah, it's
It's
work.
it's
All
work.
right.
That's all it is. Um, but look, man, I think Kovalev's gonna. Again, I'm still holding out on the rehydration clause. I know. I'm still waiting for the. I'm still waiting for that news to pop. I just have a feeling there's something out there, something, but we'll find out tomorrow. Okay. Um, but with that said, man, Ashy, thank you for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure to
Yeah.
have you on here. Everybody go to www.mandatorydefense.com. Follow Ashy on Twitter at A Puncher's Chance. Follow me on Twitter at DStyleBoxing. Any final words, Ash?
Oh no, man. I appreciate everybody for stopping in, tapping in with your boy. Keep it boxing.
Absolutely, man. This is DStyleBoxing. And what do we say?
Keep it boxing.
We're out. Peace.